Okay. So in this case, we know that the conversion factor is 1 cubic meter is to 1,000 liter. We're going to use this to convert our 5.50 liters. So the first thing we need to do is to write everything in the given, including the unit. So 5.50 liters. Then you put the multiply sign, and then after that you put a line. What's the purpose of this line? We're going to separate numerator and denominator. This is the part where you're going to put your units in your conversion factor. There will always be 2 units, but you decide where to put those units, above or below. The concept here is you have to make sure that you cancel your liter and arrive at the MQ. How do we cancel the liter in the given here? Your liter in the given is taken as a numerator, meaning it's above. To cancel something above, you have to be able to have something below. So in this expression here, I have to have a liter below so that this liter in the given gets to cancel out. And because this liter is below, the m cube will be on top automatically. Then I copy the numbers in my conversion factor. For the m cube, it's a 1, so I put a 1 there. And for the liter, it's 1,000, so I put the 1,000 beside the liter. So basically, we're copying the values from our conversion factor and put it in place. If you notice what we did first, we position our units correctly so that we can cancel the given units and arrive at a new unit. So in this case, because we've placed them correctly, we can now readily cancel out our liters. So the liter unit is above and this is below, so we can cancel it out. Take note, we're canceling only the unit. You do not cancel the numbers, just the unit. And now I'm going to encircle what's left. It's m cube, so therefore it's m cube, and m cube is the one that is required. And so I get my correct solution. After getting the solution, now I can readily do the calculation in the calculator. So you put an equal sign. It should be in the middle, okay? Technically, when you put the equal sign, it should be aligned to your over sign. Okay? So that's how you put your equal sign. So now, let's multiply it. Numerator first before the denominator. So the ones on top. Always, your given is taken as a numerator. So that's 5.50 times 1, which is just equal to itself, 550, and you just copy the unit there, m cube. Then over, so you put over, what is in the denominator? You'll only see one number, so you just copy that. That's 1,000 with no more unit. And now, we're ready to divide. We have identified what's our numerator and denominator. Now we can go to our calculator and divide 5.50 divided by 1,000. And when you input that in the calculator, you're going to arrive at an answer 0.0055. That's what will appear in your calculator. However, I have to go back to significant figures. What is the rule for significant figures? Whatever is the number of SF in the given, that should be the number of SF in the final answer. Your given is 5.50 liters. That means it has 3 significant figures. You have to make sure you express this into 3 SF. How many SF do we have so far here? Just 2. How do we make it 3 SF? This is a 2 SF. How do we make these 3 significant figures just like the given? Add a 0 to the right. We're not changing the value. We're just adding a significant 0. By adding a significant 0, we can count that there are 3 significant figures already in the answer. And of course, we don't forget that after putting the value, you should never forget to put the final unit, which is cubic meter. And that is the final answer to your number 1. So let me zoom it a bit so you can see everything. There you go. So that is the answer for your number 1. For number 2, any questions by the way for number 1? So this is one way only, one conversion. Let's go to number 2. Express 55 kilograms to pounds. Examine the unit. Kilograms and pounds. Then we look at our conversion factors here. What is the conversion factor I can use for kilogram and pounds? Is this the one? No. Is this the one? No. Is this the one? Yes. So that means it's 1 kilogram, 2.2 pounds. So I'm going to write that down. 1 kilogram is to 2.2 pounds. I box it so I will be clear that that's my conversion factor. Next, what's the first step when we're ready to solve? We always write the given first, everything in the given. So that's 55 kilograms. Okay? After that, we always put multiply. And then we put a line. Decide, what should we put on top and at the bottom? Look at our conversion factors. There's kilogram and pounds. What should we put at the bottom? Kilogram or pounds? Kilogram, because we want to cancel out the kilogram in the given. And of course, the pounds, the LBS pounds, have to be on top or has to be on top. And then we copy the values. For the pounds, it's 2.2, so you put 2.2 there. And then for the kilogram, it's 1, so you put 1 there. So we just copy the units from your conversion. And then after that, you cancel out your kilogram so that it will be clear that you are having pounds as the final unit. Once it's confirmed, now we're ready to do our math. So equals, and then we multiply all the numerator. So that's 55 times 2.2. In your calculator, you will get 121 pounds. Okay? You copy the unit over, what is the number we can see in the denominator? It's just 1. 1 to 1 over 1, that's just 1 to 1, because it's over 1. However, let's go to the significant figures. 55 has how many SF? 2 SF. How many SF is 1 to 1? 3. How do we make 3 SF into 2 SF? So we focus on the first two, right? Is writing 1 to 1 into 12 make it correct? No, because the value of the 1 here is 100. This one, it's tens, right? So we're changing the value, which cannot be. So what do we put after the 2 to make sure we get the 100? We put a 0. Good. We put a 0. So we're changing the 1 into a 0 because the 0 here is insignificant because there's no decimal point. But we have to put the 0 because we need to comply with the 2 SF from the given. So 120 will be the final answer, and of course we don't forget to write the unit pounds. So just take note that I was looking at the significant figures, why the 121 became 120. Just replace that insignificant number as a 0 to retain the value of your final answer. Okay? Questions? Questions? Okay. Number 3, the last one. Number 3 is kind of a very challenging number, okay? Because in number 3, it's lengthy. I will have to have a separate paper to show number 3. But I'll put the conversion factors right there on top, okay? So number 3, it's 3.25 kilograms per m cubed, so 2 units there, and you have to transform it to grams per ml. This particular conversion wherein you have more than 1 units involved is what we call a multi-step conversion. Multi because you have more than one conversion to do. But the solution is just one. But it's kind of long. So multi-step conversion. How do we do multi-step conversion? The steps are the same. First, examine your units and pick conversion factors you're going to use. Okay, let's examine our unit. First is a kilogram. And I have to make the kilogram numerator to a gram numerator still. So kilogram to gram. I need a conversion factor that's kilogram to gram. Which of the following should I use? The first one, correct? So I'm going to use 1 kilogram is to 1,000 gram. Correct? So that's the first one I'm going to use for this to be solved. The second one I'm going to focus is the denominator. Look at the denominator. Cubic meter to ml. If you look at your conversion factors here, do we have a cubic meter to ml directly? There's none. But there is a cubic meter to liter. Then the liter can be converted to ml. Right? So that means I'm going to use 2 of that for that to be possible. So I'm going to copy that. So 1 m cubed can be converted to a liter using this conversion factor right there. 1 m cubed is equal to 1,000 liter. And the last one is 1 liter is to 1,000 ml. Those 3 are needed. Now I'm going to show you how to apply them. Okay, let's begin. First thing, copy your given. Everything including the unit. So that's 3.25 and then there's kg on top and then m cubed below. So we're just copying the given, okay? After that, you put times. Of course, you put times. And then you put a line there. In that line, we're going to put in place our first conversion factor. One at a time, okay? One conversion at a time. So let's do the first one. The first one is kg and g. Where will I put my kg and g here? My kg here in the given is on top. And for me to cancel out that kg on top, what should I put at the bottom here? It's also a kg. And so the other unit g should be on top. Then I copy the units. For the g, it's 1,000. And the kg is 1. So I copy that. And so my first conversion factor has already been used. But I'm not calculating it. I'm just putting them in my solution. Then I can cancel my kg. So my kg is solved. Now I'm going to proceed to my m cube. That's the second one. So my m cube, there's an m cube here and a liter. So I'm going to continue. Multiply again. So this is multi-step. We do a lot. So we'll just continue. Then put over sign. Then when we are trying to decide whether to put m cube and liter above or below, look at the given. The given m cube here is at the bottom. So therefore, when I put my m cube for the conversion, I have to have another m cube on top so that the bottom and the top gets to cancel out. And of course, the partner liter will be below. And then I copy the values. For the m cube, it's a 1, so I put 1 there. And for the liter, it's 1,000, and so that's 1,000. And readily, I can cancel my m cube. Top, bottom, cancel. However, we have one last problem here. I'm done with this. We have one last. We don't need the liters. We want an ml. So that means this doesn't stop until we have the last part. So times again, and then we put a line there. And because the liter is below, I need to have a liter on top. So liter on top, the partner ml will be below. Then I copy the values. 1 for the liter, so 1. And then 1,000 for the ml, so I put 1,000 there. And so that completes all my conversion factors being used in one long solution. Just one solution, but long. And then I should not forget that the liter gets to cancel out. And now before you go to your calculator, always examine first what are the units left. Are the units left is the one that I'm looking for? Let's check. Gram here in the numerator is the one that's left. So gram is on top, and in the desired unit, gram is also on top. So that's check. Then the other one that's left is ml. And ml is at the bottom. Is ml at the bottom for this unit? Yes. So that means you are assured that you have placed all the values correctly. And once you're sure of that, this is the time you're going to go to your calculator. Okay? Are we ready? So now you put equal sign. So equal sign. Let's multiply first everything in the numerator, all on top. However, I want you to notice something here, because this is a possibility when you're solving. It's possible that if you're doing multi-step conversion, there are repeating numbers that's the same value. You see 1,000 here? There's 1,000 on top, and there are two 1,000s below. One 1,000 and another 1,000 below. How do you reduce that in math? 1,000 up and 1,000 below. It's like 1,000 over 1,000. What is the quotient? If you're dividing the same number, it's going to be?
0.
When you're dividing the same number, it is 1. So that means that 1,000 and this 1,000 can be reduced to a 1. It's just like canceling out, because the values are the same, and one is on top and the other one is at the bottom, so you can cancel it readily. But you're left with 1,000 here. There's another 1,000 here, so don't forget that. So now that we're able to reduce it, we're multiplying fewer numbers now. So if you look at your numerator, it is 3.25. So this given is also a numerator. 3.25 times 1 times 1 times 1 equals what? Just your 3.25. And then your unit is gram. So just copy there. And then you put a line below. Let's examine our denominator. There's nothing in here. And there's a 1 times 1 times 1,000. So everything in the denominator is just equivalent to 1,000. It's 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. Correct? Then you put the unit in the denominator, that is your ml. So we're putting in place all the ones in the numerator and then all the ones in the denominator. Then once we figure out what are the final products of the numerator and denominator, we can finalize that in our calculator by dividing the top with the bottom. So that's going to be 3.25 divided by 1,000. And in your calculator, you will get 0.00325. 3 significant figures, and in the given, it's also 3 significant figures. So no need to change anything in here. And then what's the final unit again? Just copy everything here. That's grams per ml. And that is the final answer to your third item there. Okay?